I'm your host, Zaid. Welcome to my show. Today we will be talking about the Battle of D-Day, also known as the Battle of Normandy. So the Battle of D-Day was a part of the Battle of Normandy. The Battle of D-Day was very well planned. The Allied forces, which were the British and the American forces, smartly decided to decept the Germans. The Battle of D-Day happened during the time of World War II. World War II lasted from 1939 to 1945 and lasted for around a total of 6 years. The deception operation was to make the Germans think that the invasion was going to be at Pass de Calais. Pass de Calais is an area in northern France. They planned for the Germans to think that Normandy would be the point, that Normandy would not be the point of invasion, and Pass de Calais would. That all along they were planning to invade Normandy. During the battle, D-Day was during the Battle of Normandy. The Battle of Normandy lasted exactly from June 1944 to August 1944. The Battle of Normandy was one of the exclusive battles in history because it was one of the greatest combatant battles that ever took place. It was very well planned. It required a lot of preparation because the object was to decept the other force. The betrayal and duplicity methods that were used were amazing. Some of the approaches were that they would use phony tools and equipment, and they had a ghost army. The battle was planned magnificently. The ghost army was led by George Patton. George Patton lived from 1855 to 1945. Stay tuned for more. We will be back soon after a short break. Coming towards the Battle of D-Day, the invasion was supposed to happen on June 5th, 1944. The battle could no longer take place on that day because the weather conditions were extremely bad. The battle had to be put off by 24 hours. This decision was made by General Dwight Eisenhower. He was the 34th President of the United States and a general in the United States Army, and he was also in charge of the operation. The next day, as the weather started to get better, he allowed his troops to move forward with the operation. The next day, early at dawn, as the sun rose on the morning of June 6, 1944, the plan of the Allied forces was to send a millennium, more than 1,000 amount of paratroopers across the enemy territory. The start of the battle was slightly after dawn, at let's say somewhat around 6:30 a.m. The Britain and Canadian forces came together to seize the beaches that were known as Juno and Goal. These were some code names of those beaches. Meanwhile, over 2,000 soldiers started the attack with Germany. The war had begun. Over 160,000 soldiers from the Allied forces had victoriously walked over Normandy's beaches by the end of the day. The sad part was that over 4,000 people had died in the Allied forces, which was Germany and the United States. By the end of the week, there were over 326,000 troops and 50,000 vehicles almost in Normandy, and the Allied forces had taken over.